who will cry for the little boy. A good boy he tried to be, who will cry for the little boy who cries inside me.
Who will cry for the little boy, Antwone?
I will. I always do.
His troubled life was the inspiration for a movie directed by Denzel Washington, and that was a clip from the movie Antwone Fisher.
And this morning, the real Antwone Fisher is in the Valley to inspire students to overcome adversity and find success. Gibby is at Esperanza Prep in Tempe with more. Gibby.
Good morning. Yeah, and you know, for those of you who don't know, Esperanza, Spanish for hope. And that's what they want to bring to kids out here. And, you know, it's a place where they turn around and they tell you success with no exception. They want you to succeed. And part of that is having adults who are around them who have been successful and showing them the way. And as you mentioned, Antwone Fisher joining me, that's what you're going to do here today. You're going to get together with these kids here and let them know that they can be successful and they should not stop until they reach that.
That's right. I met Rick Miller and his Kids at Hope Foundation, and it was something I felt that I wish I would have had when I was younger, the philosophy in the school. Even though we had great teachers, but I think for me as a student, I think specifically, I think that all kids can succeed with no exception would have been something that would have helped me. It would have been like skates, putting on skates, and I could have went with that. But I did discover my way. It took a little longer, but I did discover my way. And you know, now that I'm an adult, of course, you know, I think about my childhood a lot, and you know, telling my story to adults. Sometimes, you know, they've already had their own stories, but there are some things that I've learned that I think that I could share with young people that might help them avoid some of the things that I had to learn.
You know, you're going to get together not only with the kids, but also at around 10:30, the community around here, if they want to, can also be a part of it, and you could speak to them as well. When you make it a community effort and you let them know how possible this can be, thinking back to your movie and the help and the friends that you kind of pushed away. It was kind of, you kind of didn't let them in. How do you break that down to allow these kids to come in, kind of?
Well, for some kids, like a kid like myself, it took a while because I had to build up a wall to protect myself. But I was really observant, and I would watch adults. And for example, the commander in the movie, who Denzel plays, I watched him for a while, and I learned to trust him based on what I thought in his behavior. Same, I had a third grade, a fourth, fifth, and sixth grade teacher that was the same thing. So I think I learned to trust based on watching the behavior of the adult that I was hopefully going to put my trust in. So I think that teachers and adults, if they want to get through to kids, sometimes they have to behave themselves.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure meeting you this morning. And so those of you who want to come out to the community, as I mentioned, that gets underway at 10:30, Esperanza Prep in Tempe. Get to meet Mr. Fisher here. And just if you haven't watched the movie, I encourage you to watch it. And that'll show you everything you really need to know about pushing through and being successful as well. Guys, back to you.
Sounds good, Gibby.